Today we're going to be comparing an expensive ultrasonic cleaner to a cheap one. I just got this new toy. I'm very excited to try it out. This is the first promising looking budget option for an ultrasonic cleaner I have ever found. So just for context, these nicer units like the Crest and the Branson ultrasonic cleaners implement a sweeping frequency instead of just running at a fixed frequency. PCBs are, fragile things that we want to be careful with, especially when it comes to aggressive processes like ultrasonic cleaning. And I'll talk about this more later, but a sweeping frequency allows us to more evenly clean the board in a shorter amount of time. So we expose the board to the aggressive cleaning process for a shorter amount of time to get the same result. Now this cleaner is pretty small. This is only about a 2.8 liter cleaner, and I can really only clean switch motherboards in this thing. But when it comes to the larger motherboards like the PS5 boards, this is not going to cut it, and I need a larger ultrasonic cleaner. The problem is these larger ultrasonic cleaners are stupid expensive, at least the ones that implement a sweeping frequency. So here is the Crest Ultrasonics website. You can see this modern version of the one I have here is about $1,200 US. And if you want to get bigger units, you're looking at about over $2,000, especially when you factor in the fact that the baskets are like $400 alone. So we're looking at about, $2,500 US plus to buy a ultrasonic cleaner large enough to fit PS5 boards. So I have been keeping my eye out for budget ultrasonic cleaners that actually implement a sweeping frequency for this reason. And finally, I found one. I don't know where this company came from, but it appears as though this ultrasonic cleaner from Ruki, they have a sweeping function, and this is not something that any of the other budget cleaners that I found claim they can do. And you can see these are considerably cheaper here. Even the 37 liter tank, which is massive, is not even half the price of the 2.8 liter Crest unit that I have right here. So it's pretty insane, the price difference on these things. So I just had to buy this one to see if it was going to in any way match up to the more expensive units, or in the very least be usable for me for the larger boards. I have a whole separate video going over how to use your ultrasonic cleaner, as well as what kind of solution or detergent you should be using with the cleaner. I'll have a link to that video in the description. In this video, I just want to compare the expensive sweeping frequency unit to the budget one. So let's get the big one open here and see what we got. It has been a long time coming for this. I'm really excited. I really hope this thing is as good as it sounds, because if so, this will be a game changer. And this one comes with a non-$400 basket. I just realized that I spent less on this entire cleaner than the basket alone on Crest's website. I just don't understand why. How can a basket be that much? We got a power cable. We even get a free drain hose. So let me see if we can fit a PS5 board in here. Yeah, that's perfect right there. I'm going to be able to have the board at an angle here, and I can flip it around and stuff like that. So this is perfect. It's worth noting that ideally you want the board to be cleaned vertically. The problem with this is a lot of the cleaners that you're going to find aren't actually this deep. So I settled for this size. I think it'll be just fine. All right, let's get the cleaner out of the bag here. I can tell you I'm already liking this thing a lot more than the Crest, and I'll tell you why. So you can see here, this drain on the side has a lever on it, and it's going to allow you to drain the fluid kind of like a cooler. Whereas with my Crest cleaner, you can see all we get is this little plastic thing on the back, and you have this like weird clamp. This works fine. It's just annoying because you have to have the tube on here all the time. I know I could easily buy something to replace this, but I just like how this one comes with a low profile closable drain. So already I'm really happy with the controls on this thing compared to my other unit. My other unit has a really bad timer. It doesn't actually run for the amount of time I set it to. And then we also have an actual temperature reading here, as well as the set temperature. So we're going to be able to tell when it at least thinks it gets up to temperature. Anyways, I'm happy to have modern controls here that actually work. We have the set button here, which is going to allow us to switch between 3 modes. We have full wave, which is going to just run at the fixed frequency. We have sweep, which is going to sweep up and down a few kilohertz in order to make the cleaning a little bit more even and thorough. And then we have the degas function, which is going to pulse on and off in order to remove remaining air from the liquid. This is very important to do when you first mix the ultrasonic cleaning fluid in order to make the ultrasonic cleaner more effective. I don't actually have a degas function on my other unit. They just tell you to run it for like 10 minutes. And a very cool feature that this has that the other one doesn't, and that even this unit does not appear to have, is a power knob here. So this allows us to adjust how strong the cavitation is. Likely it's adjusting how much voltage is going into the transducers under the tank. It is definitely nice to have this feature that I can like slightly turn down the power just to put the board through a slightly less aggressive cleaning process. So it's really nice that we actually have this option. We don't have anything like this, at least on the Crest bench top ultrasonic cleaners. So already from a feature standpoint, this is like miles better than the one I have. On the back here is where you plug the unit in, and you have a on and off switch there too. Anyways, let's get this thing set up. We've got a nice display. So you can see the set temperature is at 40. I guess you guys can't see that very well, but I'm going to set this up to 55 degrees Celsius. It's currently measuring the liquid at 23 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to time how long it takes for it to get up to temp. And I'll also check with a K-type thermocouple to see how hot the liquid actually is. So I'll just take the temperature right now. And actually it's pretty on the dot. This is saying 23 degrees Celsius. This is saying 22.9 Celsius. Now it's actually saying 23. So this is 100% on the dot right now. So we're going to go ahead and press on the heater. And it sounds like it's got a little fan inside. It's not too loud. One of the things we can do to help this thing get up to temp is actually run the degas mode for 10-15 minutes. This is going to both make sure our liquid is degassed, and it's also going to actually help the liquid get up to temperature faster because it's going to kind of agitate the liquid. And I can see it's definitely doing its thing. I'm going to put the lid on too, which will help it get up to temp faster. They say it's quieter with the lid, but it's not quieter with the lid. Oh my god, it's actually much louder with the lid because this part like dips into the liquid. So you can see we actually have 54.2 here, and this is showing 53, so we're actually almost exactly at the correct temperature. So far, I'm really happy with this thing, and I'm really hoping that it does a good job with cavitation. In order to test this, we're going to use aluminum foil. This is a great way to test if cavitation is working because the cavitation is actually so strong that it will put holes in the aluminum foil. All right, I have the ultrasonic cleaner under the top-down camera here so you guys can see. And I also have a little test set up. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. The idea of this is to test the consistency and the spread of cavitation happening through the tank. We'll do the full wave, the fixed frequency first. So I'm going to put these bits of foil aside. We're going to keep these, and I'm going to do another test, and we'll compare the sweeping mode to the full wave mode or the fixed frequency mode. So I've got new pieces of foil here, same amount of time. And this time I'm going to use the sweeping mode. And I can actually hear a difference with the sweeping mode. You can actually hear the transducers changing frequency over time. You can't hear the ultrasonic frequency, but you can hear some like harmonics that are audible. It actually sounds somewhat similar to how the Crest transducers sound. All right, so I put these in for about the same amount of time. We're going to do the same foil test on the Crest. This is not a fair comparison because this is a much smaller tank. The bigger tank does have a lot more transducers, but it's dealing with the larger volume of water per transducer. All right, so I've got the ones from the Crest cleaner here, and we're going to compare all of these under the microscope. So here's the first bit of foil from the Crest cleaner. This was on the corner. Here's another one that was on the edge. You can see that is clearly a little bit of a dead zone there, but you can see it ate through the bottom of this foil. We don't have as much eating away of the foil. On this one, you can see it's still made this whole entire part thin. So just because we don't have holes doesn't mean cavitation isn't occurring. It's just how aggressive the cavitation is. Oh, and this one I think was in the middle. This actually has holes put in it by the cleaner because this was probably subject to both transducers. So that one is probably the most eaten up. Anyway, so that is the Crest. So next I want to compare the foil that was from the sweeping frequency mode on the new 15-liter cleaner, the cheaper one. But here is the outer two pieces of the new cleaner, of the larger cleaner with the sweeping mode. And here are some of the center pieces here of the budget cleaner. You can see it's doing actually a really great job. After seeing this, I may actually lower the power. I will say though, the sweeping frequency on the new unit did a really solid job of having consistent power across the unit. All these foils that were in the middle of the tank are all pretty much impacted pretty similarly. I'm really happy with the cleaner, and I'm really happy with that sweeping frequency mode. Whereas here you can see with the full wave mode on the same unit, we have pretty intense hotspots. You can see these guys here are impacted pretty heavily in some areas and then not at all in others. You can see like a hotspot there, and then it stops here, and then another hotspot here. So you can see very clearly that the sweeping frequency does a lot better of a job spreading out the ultrasonic cleaning power and not just like focusing it into these hotspots across the PCB. So hopefully you guys can see with the foil test, how much of a difference the sweeping frequency makes when it's cleaning a PCB. You can see with this foil from the sweeping frequency test how even the cavitation is across this whole bit of foil. Same with this one here that was towards the center. You can see how even it was. So count me impressed with this cleaner. I'm really excited to have this thing. Let's actually clean some PCBs with these things. I'm going to focus on the VRAM areas here. We're going to do one side with one cleaner and one side with the other cleaner. And I'm going to get these as dirty as I can with some liquid rosin, because the liquid rosin gets really sticky and stuff, and it's not very easy to clean without the cleaner. And we'll also see how well it does underneath each of these chips as well. All right, so hopefully you guys can see I've got an equal amount of liquid rosin around these chips. I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff burned. You can see why I use rosin here, because even if I touch this stuff hardens like a rock. Look at this. So this stuff is nearly impossible to clean off of the board unless you use a solvent, which is why I'm using it for this particular test. You can see a Q-tip is doing basically all of nothing to this rosin that's hardened. And we want to see not only how much gets cleaned off of the PCB, but how much gets cleaned out from underneath each of these chips. And we'll be able to tell because we have rosin in between all of these solder balls here underneath the IC. We're never going to be able to get our toothbrush underneath those BGA chips. And that's where the cavitation that impacted the foil is going to, it's going to get underneath there, because liquid is able to get underneath there even if we're not able to physically without, removing the chip. So we're going to be going like this with the crest, and then this with the Supruki, or however you say it, cleaner. And I'm just monitoring temps here to ensure they are both at the exact same temperature when I do the test. All right, so we are up to temp on this unit here. It is fully degassed on both units as well. I'm going to suspend this as best I can, run it for about 2.5 minutes, and then flip it around and run it for another 2.5 minutes, and we'll see how it does. I'm making sure that the board does not touch the bottom of the cleaner, and that appears to have done a pretty decent job. You can actually see where the water line stopped on this RAM chip here, so it actually didn't fully submerge this RAM chip. So we're going to be actually just comparing these two RAM chips to this side. We're actually at the perfect temperature now with the 15-liter one, and you guys will actually be able to see how this cleans on this one. And we're going to do the sweep mode on this one at full power. So I'm going to get this submerged. You might not be able to see that super well, but it's actually cleaning the flux out from underneath the chips. Perfect. So we are finished with that side, and actually check that out. You can see it actually cleaned the oxidation from the copper a lot more than the other crest cleaner did on this side. That is really interesting how clean that copper is. All that oxidation is just gone from either side. That's kind of crazy. You can see a clear line, and you can see the crest cleaner actually cleaned this part of the oxidation, but not over here or over here. So I'm wondering if because there's more transducers in this guy, maybe it was able to clean a bit better. All right, so it's time to see how both cleaners did. I'm really impressed with the new unit I got because it did a really great job of cleaning the oxidation on the entire area of the board here. Super interesting results already. Let's check out the actual chips under the microscope and compare those. All right, so this is the side with the crest cleaner, and you can see a large majority of the rock solid rosin was cleaned. You can see some still here on the top of this chip and some on the PCB still. So it definitely missed a couple spots on the actual surface. But again, what we really care about is underneath the chips here. Let's see how well this did underneath the chips. So you can see the large majority of it has actually gone. We have a little bit left over here on this side. On this side, I see basically no flux remaining. Again, we can only really compare these two, which were fully submerged and at an optimal place in the tank. And checking under the other side here, basically all of that flux is cleaned out from there. So really only one little spot that got missed by the crest under one of those RAM chips, and then a couple little spots on the chip and PCB here. I'm pretty used to this with the crest. It kind of misses some spots sometimes. Even with the sweeping frequency, you kind of have to like move the board around, do it a couple times. So let's go to the other side now. This is the side that the new 15-liter tank did, and it looks really good. Again, we have a couple spots here it missed. Again, even with the sweeping frequency, you're going to have some spots that are a little bit harder to clean. So you're going to have to rotate the board, flip it. So I like to do it about 4 times, and then you'll have less of this going on. And let's check under the chips. And you can see under the chips, they're looking really good. I don't see any residue underneath the chips. On this one, we can actually look at all 4 RAM chips because these were all the way submerged. Those look phenomenal. Flipping the board here, you can see this did really good on this side as well. Wow. Wow. I would argue this is even slightly more thorough than the Crest with this test, at least as good as the Crest when it comes to how thorough of a clean these boards got with the exact same temperature, exact same detergent by volume. So I just saved a ton of money buying that thing instead of buying a 15-liter Crest cleaner, because that would run me, I think, over like $3,000, if not $4,000 Canadian dollars with the basket and everything. So 2 big thumbs up for me. I'm very happy to have this unit. I'm really glad it has sweeping frequency. We saw with the foil test, it does actually seem to make a pretty big difference. And this unit is just nicer as a whole, in my opinion, than the older style Crest units. Again, I can't really speak for the new ones. Maybe the new ones have better controls as far as the timer and the temperature control goes, but I can tell you for sure I paid much more for this thing used than I paid for the 15-liter one that I just bought. This would fit the PS5 board, but this thing is $2,600 US, and this does not include the basket. This is going to be about $3,089 US, whereas this tank that I just bought that fits a PS5 board no problem, $236 US. So crazy deal for this ultrasonic cleaner. I am really happy to have found this, and I mean, the results speak for themselves with how well the board gets cleaned. So I am thrilled to have found a cleaner like this that has sweeping frequency that is affordable, because it has bothered me for so long how expensive these Crest cleaners are, and no one else has implemented sweeping frequency for a budget cleaner. But finally, we have some cleaners that we can buy, and we have a lot of choices too for sizes. So people who have different needs for different kinds of boards, you know, a 3-liter is about the same size as the one I have here. This is perfectly fine for Switch motherboards and things like that. And this thing's only $89. This is less than $100. I would have killed to buy this when I had to buy this one. So it's great to see that, like, thermal cameras and ultrasonic cleaners and microscopes, even some of the more budget options are starting to finally get there in terms of effectiveness. Ultrasonic cleaner was one of the things I've been waiting for a while now to come down in price, or for budget ones to get better. And in this case, I'm very, very happy with my purchase. And just to be 100% clear, I bought this ultrasonic cleaner with my own money. I have not spoken to Sup Rookie or whatever their name is. So I will get this thing tuned to my liking, but I'm excited. Finally, there is budget options for ultrasonic cleaners. It's proof. I did not think this day was going to come. Real quick, I did not want to put a lot of the ultrasonic cleaning sounds in the video because they're obnoxious and they come across probably horrible on the microphone. But I will say I can hear a significant difference in how the transducers behave with the sweeping frequency versus the fixed frequency. And the sweep is a little slower on this than on the Crest. The Crest does the same kind of thing, but it goes a lot faster. I think you're hearing the harmonics of the transducers because you can't actually hear ultrasonic frequencies. I do not currently have the appropriate types of probes for my oscilloscope to be able to open this thing and check if it actually is sweeping frequencies, but this guy on Reddit actually did. He bought this same unit that I did, this 15-liter one, and he also was skeptical about the sweeping frequency because it's not over $2,000, but he actually scoped it and it does apparently sweep frequencies as it claims. But yeah, if you guys do want to support the channel and you're interested in an ultrasonic cleaner, I'll have an affiliate link in the description and in the pinned comment where you can check this out. But otherwise, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.